Welcome to the campfire. Today, we're going to do something a little different while we wait for the release of the new DLC for X4. Just kind of let myself take a break for a minute before we get into the new content. Into the new run. But for this, let's do some No Man's Sky. I haven't played this in a while, and the Corvettes came out. I've been playing around with those on my own time, but time to get going. With that, if you like the video, like it. If you have questions, comments, concerns, witty remarks, recommendations, and suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to, and let's get right on in. So we're still working on the initial tutorial where we learn to make the hard hyperspace and everything else. Yada yada. Making 16, yada yada. Predecessor, left for the space station, yeah. From here we can kind of skip a few things, but just want to take a look around, see what we got going. Alright, so we got some stuff to start us off. We're going to gather materials to make a bunch of landing or launch fuel, if we can. I think I'm just cleaning up what I've already partially gathered before here. Can't get that one. Now I just need to find some regular fairy dust. Alright, so we got a bunch of fuel made. Gives us at least 16 launches. No. 8 times 4. 32. 32 launches. Yes. Another thing I should be checking is, do we have a space or a ship, that planet in this system that has salvageable material? Or do I have to go to a new system because of this? Yeah, it's behind this planet. Let's just kind of warp around. Not gonna work. Got it. So that one is not. What about you? I don't think I scanned you yet. Nope. All these are defaults. Yeah, we may have to go to the next system before it'll give us a salvageable planet. Still kind of want to see. There we go. No. It's on the other side still. Alright. And scan the last one. Nothing. Alright. Yeah, we'll have to go to a new system before it'll give us something that we can start salvaging parts from. So now at the station, let's get moving on. This one's gonna be bright red, huh? Yeah, some orange in there. Mostly red. Who am I talking to? Probably everybody. That music is loud. That's fine. Yes. Ask about 16. Tell everybody all about my 16. 16 what? I have no idea yet. Okay, I know what the 16 means, but still. Okay. Stored for later use. upgrade our suit. Yeah. I suppose inventory space is the more important part right away. Don't have anything to throw into the other side yet. Mission. Sell some things and some stuff. Notice that a lot of items that used to be big money-making items that you would take and use for that no longer are. There's a lot of things that have lost value. Not that that's the end of the world, but still. Let's get some of this stuff out of our inventory for the moment. Alright. Warp on down. Okay. Yeah, this is out of fuel. I am far from shocked. Not that we need it often, and this base probably won't exist in, a few years. So I'll probably end up removing it, just to get it out of my way. This is the one part about this game that I don't hate. I do find it weird. At the beginning, it starts with, hey, we're gonna make sure that you have to keep using resources, which keeps you gathering, keeps you moving around, keeps you exploring. But it never tapers off after a certain point, like most games would. Or it starts making you use more expensive resources, like most games would. It kind of keeps this early game. By the way, launch fuel, you can mitigate it, yes. Thankfully you can mitigate the cost. Quite a bit, actually. Especially now with Corvettes. I think on my survival mode playthrough, it's got like 100% efficiency, so that barely use 2 or 3 fuel every time I hop up. Not that I land the thing often, because, well, hover mode is just so convenient. I barely ever land in the Corvette, I just let it fly around. And I'll get up out of the seat and jump out the back. Let's look at it, talk to this first. And we can get their signal request. Yep. Take flight, take blueprint. There we go. Hyperdrive computer. The only thing beyond that, we need more copper. Fair enough. What was the other thing I needed? Microprocessor. Alright, so I gotta go back to the station anyways. I was pretty sure the station sold chromatic metal here, which will be handy. Where's the door gonna be? There it is. I'm just gonna gather these up. Sometimes, very rarely, you'll get a freighter salvage, or salvage freighter, a module, a piece, whatever, fragment. The research equipment for the freighter. Which will be very nice to have a couple of those on hand before I ever get to a freighter. so that maybe eventually it can actually do anything for me. Ironically, it's not the increased warp drive that I find the most necessary with the freighter. It's the matter teleporter. Alright, where's the next one? Okay. Oh, I didn't do the interior door ones. Why not? What is wrong with me? Don't answer that, because I know it's a lot. I know I could be strapping this down for nanites. It is the slowest possible way to get nanites, though. Well, eventually I'll just find 2 outlaw stations and just burn through them that way. And here we go. I think all we've gotten from this one is nanites and credits. Yeah. Yeah, just nanites and credits. Fair enough, whatever, but kinda odd nonetheless. Really close by a copper deposit, I'll just go there quick. Alright, let's get up to the space station. Got a bunch of copper, and we'll get that changed over here in a minute. This will send us straight over here. Get that taken care of. I mean, I understand a lot of people took the wrong message from my first attempt at playing this. Let me tell you, I was not in a great headspace at the time. But my criticism was valid. The constant notifications screaming into your ear was a bit much, and clearly the devs agreed with me. And a lot of other people. By giving us the option to turn it off. I think that's a great response, by the way. Giving us the option to turn it off instead of removing it at all. Because some people liked it. They found it thematic. I didn't. A lot of people didn't. At least from my understanding on the forums, there were a lot of people who agreed with the sentiment that it was a lot. Nothing that I really need here, but I can buy dioxide instead of needing oxygen. Or our O2. Okay. Yeah, now we just gotta go back to the base and refine the copper. So that we can build this and get on to the next piece, which will be flying out of here. I think my only other real gripe, and it's not even a big one, is that the combat is kind of... I don't know, it feels like it could be better. It's not that the combat is bad. It's not. It's mediocre. But compared to everything else in the game, the space flight is actually really nice. It's not amazing, but it is nice. And it's well done for most video games in the video game of this style. The exploration is fine. The movement feels good, mostly. I just feel like the combat is lacking. One, that there's not very much of it, and very little point to it. But what does exist is kind of fun. My only other wish for it was that there wasn't, the combat was more balanced. so that when I go to fight, I mean, yes, all four of the weapon types matter. They do all four work. But there's a clear one in space combat and on ground, and I don't believe they're the same, personally, but I know some people will disagree with that, because the Infraknife is the community favorite for space combat. I personally like the phase beams. I find that one to be the best, to me, best feeling. But that's the problem, is like, they don't have their niche. Yes, the Infraknife is still useful, I still like using it, but the phase beam feels better to me. But there's no situation in which the photon cannon is ideal to use, or the space shotgun is ideal to use, or the cyclotron is ideal to use. I kind of feel like maybe they could work on the balancing, for one, and then, I don't know, make a way to push more combat if you want it, which would be kind of nice. And I believe we are here. Yeah. One of these places with the whispering eggs. I'm gonna grab this. Anything else to grab here? No. Yeah, the whispering eggs are something. Not gonna pick a fight with them like I did last time. Not quite ready for that yet. Alright, let's get this out of our way. Terminal selecting, decrypting, yada yada. As I touch the panel, the alien substance reacts violently. I make a note to avoid getting closer. Prints out a blueprint for antimatter. You will find this when the time is right. Alright, so we got that. What's next? I mean, besides make some of these. Yep, already done. Oh, are you kidding me? It's not going to register that I just made two? That is annoying. Yeah, we're... Alright, fine. I guess I gotta do this now. Okay, so we've got this much done at least. I'm just gonna take that so we can start. Yeah. Already done, there we go. And let's see how many of these can I make. Another 6. Gives us 8. And we can make 8 of these. There we go. Done deal. Let's finish this out. And then we'll take to the stars. And go flying off into space. Hopefully find what I originally wanted to start looking for, which was Corvette pieces. I forgot how far away from getting to that point we were. Which isn't that far. I mean, we were just finishing the tutorial. Got it. I just thought we'd done a little bit more. And into space we go. Yeah. And we're going to a Gek system. I don't know. The Gek's history and lore? Cool. Would not have suspected them to be genocidal maniacs. But, their design is a little A little kooky when you consider that fact. Oh. Guidance system. Searching. Okay. Sure, why not? Alright. Yeah. Gotta go find the fuel source, whatever that source is going to be. Tell me I finally... Nope. Still nothing over here. What about this planet? Yes, okay. Well, and that's where we gotta go anyways. Fair enough. At some point here, I should stop and find some asteroids to blow up so that we can get fuel. Oh, that would be kind of a cool idea. I'm sure it's been stated by I don't know how many people in the community, but give, you know, a dedicated mining weapon, mining tool. Like, keep this as an option for the people who want it, or when you don't have it, or don't have the space on your ship to put the mining weapon. Understandable. But instead of nerfing this, make the mining laser more efficient. You get more from using it. You know, an incentive to utilize it without de-incentivizing other options. That'd be kind of cool. Personal opinion. How much do we got? Yeah, 300 plus 4 of these. Yeah, more than enough for now. We're good. And off we go. What is going to be here? What are we looking for? Probably the holo terminal. I think that's the next part. Odd. I normally would expect to see a ship or something burning right here, but might as well gather some material while we're floating around looking. Is this going to be carbon or ferrite? Ferrite. Good. We were getting low on ferrite. What are we looking for? Which kind of structure does it want us to land at? That is the question of the hour. Anything to mine here? No? There we go. More ferrite dust. Which again is something that we're drastically low on. I don't seem to see what it's probably going to have us go for. Which means I'm going to have to waste fuel landing and then looking. Which I'm not a fan of. That's the part I don't like. Minor gripe. Minor problem. Because, like I said, eventually you do get the ability to mitigate the cost. Or if you hate it that much, you can just fly a Corvette. Which eliminates that problem entirely. Alright. Let's just land somewhere it'll let me land. There we go. Figure out where it wants me to go. Oh, actually a fair distance that way. And of course I can't launch beacons. There we go. Now, are we anywhere near any salvage? Yes, no, maybe? I don't know. Can you repeat the question? Let's see. So no salvageable parts anywhere near us. That guy looks really cool. Ah, hey, I do see one. It's over that way. Because we're probably going to want to bring this closer to us at some point. It's going to need fuel. I hate wasting the fuel, but fair enough. Oh, come on. Oh, now it's shifted to being over that way. That's fantastic. No. I don't know how an entire building gets up and moves, but hey, that's fine. Alright, now we just gotta walk over here and do the thing. Come on, there we go. You're tired, beaten, without meeting my gaze. Accept the knowledge, named Gek. Kind of a weird name, but I like it. I'll go with it. Structure is unlike anything I've encountered. Well, you've only encountered like 10 things, so strangest thing out of 10 is not a lot. Responding to questions I'm unsure being asked. Kinda, I don't know. It never matters which one you use. It's all the same. All the way down. As far as I've ever gotten in the storyline, it's always the same. You can choose any of the options. The next line of text is exactly the same. There might be a few they'll reference your answer, but the outcome is the same. It kind of leads to the point where your choices don't matter. And as far as I understand, as far as I've ever grasped the concept, that's kind of the point. But yeah, I understand it's kind of the point. And I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing, I'm just saying it threw me off the first couple of times that I went through and was like, wait, why is this all the same? That's cheap, cheesy 1990s thing going on with the illusion of choice. And then as you get through it, you're like, oh, that's the whole point. Instead of it being an illusion of choice that the game dev wanted you to railroad straight to a specific storyline, it's, no, that's the point of that you didn't have a choice. Got it. Yes, yes. There we go. Somebody was trying to tell me that once upon a time that you could fly over top and just shoot them and get the stuff. I've actually just found that to break it. I didn't get anything from it, it just bugged out. It was weird. Volt says I reach out to touch the beautiful stone marker. We are the masters of galaxies, the overlords of the cosmos. Each foe will be submit with bended knee to the almighty Gek Dominion. We are the first spawn. Look upon our works in despair. Knowledge of the past, why not? Historical data revealed. Way over there. 5 minutes away. That's also 5 minutes away. I guess I will bring our ship in. And now we can start doing Corvette stuff. Probably spend some time digging through, finding things. Digging stuff out of the ground. also need to continue trying to gather material for said going and digging. So if we're going to be doing this, I need a lot more jump fuel. Or not jump fuel, landing and jumping, launching fuel. There we go. And where can I start gathering some of that is the real question here. So it's mostly ferrite dust that we're missing. Got plenty of the hydrogen, so we can always gather more as we see it. I think that's going to give me carbon, yeah. But around these stone markers should be more ferrite dust. And we keep moving. That's the hard part here. This thing never really hits 0 when flying, which makes aiming at things a little bit harder. And here's another spot. Don't hit the ground. Hitting the ground is bad. Okay. Ferrite dust. Should be several of it. This isn't one of the better planets for doing this. Should find like a moon with no atmosphere. Find a place, basically a place that just has a bunch of those little rocks to deal with. Where is the salvage marker? There it is. There we go. Terrain manipulator, I need to charge you back up. And there. I don't know if we're going to get anything good out of this, but we'll at least get enough to sell what we got here. And Ambassador Wing, I don't think I've even found that one. Speed Bird, 2 of those reactors. Alright. Take it, I'll take it. So let's see. Yeah, we need a better... We need more money for one. That's going to be the big problem. To buy the Corvette pieces. Let's go to the ancient ruin. So that'll net me some cash. But yeah, and I don't see anything for the salvaging anyway, so might as well move a little ways off. We might see another one to go towards. We have enough to launch one more time. Works for me. Large crate, artifact fragment, artifact fragment. Let's get these. If we can get them. I've run into some where they're just locked inside of a room, but you can usually glitch into the wall enough to grab it. That's that one. That one's a little closer. So let's go for this one first. And then we'll grab that third one. Like this. I'm sure there is an entrance somewhere in there, but that works enough. It's a cargo drop. Where's the... That's the large crate. It's to the right of me. Now, crate. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Come on. 1, 2, and 3. Not bad. I think that one's only 500,000. 122. Definitely have to get some money together before we try to purchase or build our Corvette, but it could be worse. Let's throw this into the ship. Because we're gonna have to go and drop stuff off anyways, it looks like. Fair enough. Which way? That way. To the river. Alright, we're about as full as we're getting with parts and everything else. We found some of the parts I want. That'll be nice. Like we've got the phase beam, zenith reactors, so we won't have to buy too many parts. Still have to buy a cockpit. But I can get rid of a bunch of these cosmetic pieces for money, along with the salvage, and then hope to find them later or trade for them later. And go to the space station. Let's get through with this. Yeah, we could go back to our base if we needed to. It does give us a bunch of side story pieces and whatnot. Not particularly needing it at the moment, though. I just want to get to the Corvette because I do enjoy the fact that I don't have to land as often using it. It's a reason, and that's about it. But alright, so we need a cockpit still. Purchase modules. Get that. We need 2 of these in the landing bay. Can't fit it. Right. Technically speaking, we still need an engine. I'm really not. No, we only need the one. This. So let's start there and there. We got the Titan class hub. I mean, this will be a bare bones, no frills to start. But it'll be ours. Come on. And it'll serve the purpose that we need it to serve. Oh. Hello. Hold on. We'll redesign it as we gain more parts. Obviously. Is that basically everything we need to make it fly? I believe so. Yeah. This is, it's gonna look a little jank at the beginning, but you know what? It works. Cool. Finalize current design. You can always update it later. Claim free ship. And then I'm gonna summon our Radiant Pillar. And I'm gonna scrap this because... But first we want to grab all of our stuff out of it. I should have thought about that sooner. At least everything that matters. Or everything. Yeah, that works. Can I dismantle anything for parts? Yes, okay. There we go. And then we'll scrap this ship, because we don't need it. I'll never end up using it. Begin scrapping. I have to clear out some inventory space first. So what can I sell? We can get rid of this. Get rid of that. We can always make more of those. We can sell that. That should give us enough space, I think. Oh, what if I go upstairs and get the free exosuit upgrade? I want to fill in the little gaps first. There we go. That should give us more than enough space. Begin. Claim. Yeah, claim. There we go. Then we just sell that scrap wherever it is. There. And now we've got our Corvette. We can start utilizing that for more efficient use of everything, pretty much. I want to move things around a little bit. Shields. Really not gonna ever use that thing. So this, put that there. Which one's better to put there? Yeah, alright. Move this over. Put this in this corner. Then we can up it with that. These two together. With this. What if... Oh, I know what I need to do here. There, okay. I know how I need to place this now. And for that, like that, yeah. I can't remember. Does this need to go? Or is nothing we've got actually benefit from this yet? I get the feeling nothing benefits from this at the moment. Alright. Either way. Now I can add a couple more parts to this as well. purchase. Want to add at least one more of these for the moment being. And do I want this or the Titan Sublight? Let's do 2 Titan Sublights. Modify. So first and foremost, let's move, add. Let's move you back. I suppose, yeah. Take that off, put this back here. And I can put one of these up on top. Whoops. Ah, crud. I hit the wrong buttons. Resume editing. Correct buttons. It's gonna look a little weird with that there, but it works for me. Now, what else did I need to re-add? Oh, we could put this... I gotta move you for right now. That looks slightly better. We've got more maneuverability, more shield strength, and a decent hyperdrive range. And that was all we bought, right? Yes. Alright, apply edits. Oh. I noticed one thing that I wanted to change as well was put this landing gear a little further back. There. That makes more sense visually. There we go. We have our Corvette. And I don't have the things to make that, but it's not going to matter at the moment. One thing. 3 metal plating. Make 2. Alright. Thank you for joining me here by the campfire. If you liked the video, like it. If you have questions, comments, concerns, witty remarks, recommendations, and suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to. Join the Discord if you want to. And as always, have a wonderful day.